Tonight, new questions in the expanding SmartStream scandal. Records reviewed by News 5 reveal more than $1.1 million paid to one company, J&J Imports, by the Ministry of Defense. And with many invoices falling just below procurement limits, the private sector is now weighing in. The Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry is calling for immediate safeguards to protect taxpayer dollars as government investigates alleged irregularities. Also tonight, a landmark court victory for Belize. The Caribbean Court of Justice delivers a ruling with far-reaching consequences for the country's business and financial services sectors. And some welcome news for consumers. Electricity rates will remain unchanged for another year. Plus, a new weapon in the fight against crime. Just weeks into his tenure, Home Affairs Minister Julius Espat unveils a specialized police unit aimed at reducing violence and targeting offenders. Those stories and much more on News 5 starting now.
Easy. Accessible. Safe. Yours. Digi Wallet. Easy, accessible, safe, yours.
Good evening. Welcome to News 5 Live for Friday, July 3rd. I'm Jamie Rock. The paper trail keeps growing. First, leaked SmartStream invoices exposed a pattern of government payments to suppliers connected to the Ministry of Defense. Now, another name has surfaced, J&J Imports. Records reviewed by News 5 show that between 2022 and 2025, the company collected more than $1.1 million from the Ministry of Defense, much of it through repeated invoices kept below the $10,000 mark. The leaked documents also show that Enrique Javier Requena, who is linked to J&J Imports, received more than $275,000 through similar transactions. As more details emerge, so do the questions. Who was approving these payments? Why were so many invoices kept under $10,000? And what role did political connections play in the process? Tonight, scrutiny shifts to the people behind J&J Imports and the officials who signed off on the spending. News 5's Paul Lopez reports.
News 5 has told you about the Mira family millions. More than $9 million paid out to the Mira siblings and associated businesses through the Ministry of Defense. These payments were made primarily under questionable circumstances. Since that multi-million-dollar revelation, new businesses and individuals have entered the picture. Kukulkan Company Limited, a business with alleged ties to Minister of National Defense Florencio Marin, earned more than $1.7 million through the government, $1.4 million directly from the Ministry of Defense, all through corrupt payment practices. And this figure is likely higher. Tonight, the spotlight turns to J&J Imports. 163 newly leaked SmartStream invoices shows that they earned over $1.1 million, primarily through sub-$10,000 invoices paid by the Ministry of Defense. The record reflects payments across 2022 to 2025. 37 newly leaked SmartStream invoices also name Enrique Javier Requena, who earned upwards of $275,000 from the Ministry of Defense through 2021 and 2022. Again, primarily through multiple invoices below $10,000 in single days. Even more alarming is that Enrique Javier Requena is believed to be the owner behind J&J Imports and is a relative of PUP-era representative for Orange Walk North, Ramon Monchi Cervantes, which he confirmed today. But when we asked Cervantes about his cousin and the business, he denied any involvement.
What's your relation to Enrique and Jamir Requena from J&J Imports?
Enrique. I know Jamir Requena. He's my second cousin. He's the son of my cousin.
Were you instrumental in them receiving any contracts with the Ministry of Defense?
No, not at all. Not at all. I have nothing to do with it.
So you had no involvement in them getting the supply arrangement. They're the owners of J&J Imports.
No, I had no involvement in that anywhere at all.
And while Cervantes is distancing himself from the scandal, the leaked J&J Imports and Requena invoices are revealing. On the 21st of July, when 3 payments below $10,000 were made to J&J Imports, the Ministry of Defense also paid Enrique Javier Requena for 13 sub-$10,000 invoices. So that's $16,287.27 for J&J Imports on July 21st, 2022, and $93,061.59 for Enrique Javier Requena on the same day, for a total combined payout of $109,348.86 on a single day between Enriquez and J&J Imports. The leaked invoice also shows that Requena did business with the Office of the Prime Minister on December 15, 2021, to the tune of $10,000. Tonight, PM Briceño says any wrongdoing unearthed will demand answers.
We made a promise that we're going to be different. And as Prime Minister, I think it was my responsibility to act quickly. I did not try to hide anything. I did not try to push it aside. Once that came to my attention, I had to act. And both former ministers are people that I know for over years, but we have a compact with the Belizean people that we will be different and we're going to do things different. And so we are going to do that. We've been Auditor General is starting to compile all the information. The CEO has assured me, CEO Usher, that they're cooperating to the full extent, and the Auditor General will do a full investigation. And if there was any wrongdoing, be it public officers or politicians, they will have to answer.
The audit into the Ministry of Defense finances is expected to last for 90 days. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Ramon Monchi Cervantes says he has nothing to do with J&J Imports, even though the owners are his relatives. But with the company now under scrutiny of overpayments from the Ministry of Defense, more questions are being asked. Did J&J Imports supply anything to his Orange Walk North constituency? And what does Cervantes make of his colleagues being placed on administrative leave amid the widening SmartStream controversy? We put those questions to him today. Here's what he had to say.
Clarence Amarin Jr. is your close colleague and Northern ally. What do you think of his decision to go on leave of absence from cabinet?
That was his personal decision. I haven't spoken to him, so it's his decision to make.
Do they supply your constituents with pantry or any grocery bags?
No, they don't.
Did you speak to Minister Marin to give them a boost with the supply contract?
No, I didn't speak to him.
J&J Imports was registered on May 3rd, 2022 by your relatives, the Requenas. Was the company established to benefit the BDF supply contracts?
I don't know.
We are told that you are being considered to be assigned the defense portfolio, but the Prime Minister decided against it because of your connection to J&J Imports, which is a top supplier to the BDF. Is this true?
I don't know if I was being considered, and I have no connection with J&J.
The business community says the SmartStream scandal should not just end with an investigation. It should trigger a cleanup of the entire system. In a letter to Prime Minister John Briceño, the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry welcomed government's decision to investigate irregularities in procurement and payments. But the chamber says Belize cannot keep waiting for problems to surface before acting. It wants safeguards built into the system now before public funds are approved and paid out. The BCCI is calling for urgent upgrades to the SmartStream accounting platform, including automatic fraud alerts, checks for duplicate payments, stronger invoice verification, and tighter controls over who can approve and process payments. The chamber says these tools could flag suspicious transactions in real time and close the gaps that allow public money to be misused. It is also pushing for stronger audits, quicker release of audit reports, and real consequences when recommendations are ignored. According to the chamber, many of these fixes do not need to wait on the current investigation. In short, the chamber says accountability cannot be an afterthought. Good governance depends on secure systems, strong institutions, and a culture where public officers know that every dollar can be traced. The business community wants stronger safeguards, but Prime Minister John Briceño is pointing to a bigger fix, a central procurement unit. He says government hopes to bring legislation to the National Assembly to get that unit up and running as concerns grow over how public contracts and payments are handled. But beyond the policy response, there is now a political question. With the SmartStream scandal unfolding in the public eye, will voters see the proposed reforms as enough? Or could the controversy hurt the PUP heading into the upcoming municipal elections?
It's important for us to show that we're taking action. We will take action. We're going to do better. We're setting up the central procurement unit. We hope that the legislation should have the legislation passed by the House and the Senate before the end of this year, and that will then be able to centralize how we purchase goods and services for the government of Belize.
How do you see this affecting the municipal elections coming up next year, based on confidence that you're talking about?
I am not downplaying this. It is a serious blow that we got. But I do believe that we will be able to win the municipal elections because our municipalities, our councils have delivered to the people. We have good people running for the People's United Party. Belize City have two dynamic, outstanding young men who have offered themselves to represent us in the next municipal election. So I do believe we're going to win.
And today, serious questions are being raised about whether the ongoing audit into the Ministry of Defense's finances can truly uncover the full extent of alleged wrongdoing. News 5 has learned that concerns are growing over the experience level of the auditors assigned to the investigation, after well-placed sources within the Office of the Auditor General indicated that some members of the audit team have less than 10 years, and in some cases, less than 5 years of auditing experiences. Those same sources say a special team was assembled to assist with the probe, but doubts remain over whether the investigators have the expertise and resources needed to thoroughly examine what have been described as corrupt payment practices within the Ministry of Defense. As scrutiny intensifies, questions persist over whether accountability will be achieved or whether critical findings could be overlooked. News 5 will continue to follow this developing story closely. The NTUCB is not ready to call for action just yet. As the Mira Millions controversies grows, union leaders say they first want the investigations to lay out the facts. NTUCB President Ella Waite says there are real concerns about government contracts landing in the hands of connected families, but she also says Belize is small and family ties alone should not automatically shut anyone out of doing business with the government. For the unions, the bigger question is not simply who is related to whom. It is whether the contracts were awarded fairly, openly, and with proper checks in place.
What it seems to be is a lot of nepotism, yes. Contracts, many contracts given away to one family, when we are sure that there are other persons in this country who have the ability to provide the service or the products just as much. Was that opportunity given to them fairly? Did they know of such an opportunity? Was it advertised effectively? So all these things I'm sure will come out via the audit or the investigation. It will come out, and then it is then that I think the NTUCB will definitely have to say, you know what, this action needs to happen now. Whatever that may be, because of the results of the investigation will happen then. We are keeping a close eye. It just should not be limited to one family or one group of persons. I think that is what we need to understand, because we have to be real. Who would want to run for a political office if they know that my entire family would be blocked out from any contracts? We have to wait for the investigation. But we cannot continue to waste any money in this country when cost of living is so high.
There's more news after the break, so please stay tuned.
Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, "Blessed be God, even the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of mercies and the God of all comfort, who comforteth us in all our tribulation, that we may be able to comfort them which are in any trouble by the comfort wherewith we ourselves are comforted of God." Father Damien went to work with the lepers in the South Pacific. He was the only healthy man on the island of lepers. But one morning as he was pouring boiling water into a pot, some of it splashed on his feet. He did not feel any pain. Since one of the signs of leprosy is a lack of feeling, he now knew in that moment that he too was a leper. The next time he stood in the pulpit, he began his sermon with these words, "My fellow lepers." In ministering to them, he took on their infirmities and suffering. We draw our greatest strength in our hours of suffering and our times of trouble from those who have trod the path ahead of us and drawn from that inexhaustible fountain of God's grace and mercy. The messages of hope and comfort I seek to bring to you comes from a life that has drawn deeply from the well of God's comfort due to my own struggles with pain and suffering. It was after one of these experiences a friend once said, "I have always trusted you, but now having seen you go through what you have gone through, I trust you even more." God comforts us that we might comfort others. May God help us draw more from Father Damien, but more importantly from the God of Father Damien, the God of all comfort. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
Over the past 5 years, Digi has invested more than $17 million to revolutionize Belize's digital future. Our advanced 4G LTE network and expanded fiber infrastructure have empowered vital road arteries, connected the farthest valleys and fertile farmlands, linked the bustling cities to the remote keys, and brought cutting-edge connectivity to schools, businesses, healthcare centers, and tourist destinations, fueling economic growth, enhancing education, and strengthening communities across the nation. By choosing Digi, you're leading Belize's digital transformation, bridging distances, opening opportunities, and empowering every corner of our beautiful country. Connect with Digi. Empower Belize.
The next station is not just a place, it's the vacation capital of the world. Mexican Caribbean, the vacation capital.
biggest football event in the world is finally here, and Smart is giving you the chance to play and win. Before every match starts, predict who will win. The more predictions you make, the more chances you have to win. Get 1 point towards your total when you guess the winning team. Predict the exact score and earn up to 4 points. The top scorer at the conclusion of the World Cup wins the grand prize of $2,500 in cash. That's not all. Players get a chance to win weekly prizes. Plus, our quarterfinal winner gets a watch party package. Play directly in the Smart app for just 50 cents per entry. Prediction starts June 1st to July 18, 2026. Don't just watch the World Cup. Play along and win with Smart. Smart, bringing people together.
Watch The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings of the First Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. exclusively on Greater Belize Media. The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings every Sunday at 8 a.m. on Greater Belize Media.
In a landmark ruling with major implications for Belize's business sector, the Caribbean Court of Justice has sided with the Financial Services Commission and the Attorney General, finding that Belize's requirement for certain companies to use locally registered agents does not violate CARICOM trade rules. The case, brought by businessman Anwar Barrow and 7 Belizean companies, argued that the regulations unfairly disadvantage firms with CARICOM-linked shareholders or directors by imposing additional costs and requirements. But in the first referral matter in the CCJ's history, the regional court ruled that Article 177 of the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas targets anti-competitive conduct by businesses, not regulations enacted by governments. The judgment effectively clears the way for Belize to continue enforcing rules that require foreign-linked companies to maintain and file documents through local agents. President of the CCJ, Justice Winston Anderson, delivered the ruling today.
The court held that Article 177 per se is concerned with the conduct of enterprises, not regulatory measures of the state. Applying this interpretation, the court concluded that the requirements imposed in the instant matter are regulatory measures enacted by the state and do not arise from the business conduct of an enterprise. While acknowledging that state measures capable of distorting competition might be scrutinized under other provisions of the RTC, the court emphasized that the referred question does not request interpretative assistance in relation to those other provisions.
FSC was represented by senior counsels Eamon Courtney and Priscilla Banner, while Samantha Matute and Aliyah Gomez represented the Attorney General. The claimants were represented by senior counsel Godfrey Smith, Hector Guerra, and Edgar Lord. Belizeans can breathe a sigh of relief as electricity rates will remain unchanged for the upcoming year. On July 1st, the Public Utilities Commission issued its initial decision on Belize Electricity Limited's annual review proceeding for July 2026 to June 2027, confirming that current tariffs will stay in place. While BEL had asked to introduce automatic monthly rate changes through a new cost of power adjustment tariff, the Commission did not grant that request. Instead, the PUC will launch a regulatory sandbox, a trial environment where the COPA system can be tested under close supervision. Today, we visited the BEL headquarters in Belize City, where the company explained the COPA system and what it means for Belizeans' electricity bills. News 5's Brittany Gordon reports.
Last year, the company had some struggles trying to pay CFE, and there were times when CFE actually said, listen, if you don't come up with money, we're going to have to disconnect you.
BEL is bleeding millions. The utility reported a net loss of more than $23 million in 2025, as power costs swallowed 76% of its revenue. To ease the pressure, BEL asked the PUC to keep electricity rates unchanged and approve a new cost of power adjustment tariff, or COPA, which would allow monthly rate changes based on the actual power cost. The PUC agreed to hold current tariffs steady, but rejected the automatic adjustments for now. Instead, it will test the COPA proposal through a regulatory sandbox, with oversight meant to protect consumers and ensure transparency. BEL Executive Chairman Lin Young explains.
The suggestion was to try to smoothen the effect on customers rather than wait a year or two and then having to adjust the rates by 6 cents or 5 cents or whatever. And so it's going to be on a monthly basis that we'll take a 6-month average of the cost of power and compare it to what is in the rates. And let's say the rolling 6 months for the last 6 months was 32 cents per kilowatt hour. Then that's 2 cents per kilowatt hour more than what's built into the rates. But this mechanism is going to limit it at 1.5 cents. The adjustment either way, right? So then the customer would get an extra 1.5 cents as a cost of power adjustment on the bill.
Young says BEL's proposed adjustment would come with limits. Any increase under the COPA mechanism would be capped at 1.5 cents, and customers would not pay additional GST at that increase. BEL is also making this promise. If the cost of power drops, customers should see their bills drop too.
Where there is a decrease in the cost of power, meaning that we pay our power suppliers less than what the PUC approves for the cost of power, that savings would then also be passed on to our customers. So key thing there is making sure that increases in cost of power is passed on in a way that customers could manage the variations. There's no sharp fluctuations.
Belize has long struggled with the cost and uncertainty of buying electricity from abroad. Now the country is pushing to produce more of its own power. 2 major solar projects are in the pipeline, expected to add 95 megawatts to the national grid. Belize is also preparing to acquire 2 40-megawatt batteries, which could store energy and provide backup during emergencies or supply disruptions.
We are also looking to try to meet with the IPPs, Babcock, Belcogen, Santander, to see if there's a way that we can enhance the in-country generation in the short term. And of course, we have some long-term projects in place to bring in grid-connected solar. So we're taking the steps necessary to try to deal with the short term through the emergency power, and then we have these projects that will deal with it in the long term.
The company and PUC have yet to determine the scope of the trial, but Young explains that in the next 6 months, BEL expects the COPA system to operate under close oversight, where BEL will submit monthly reports, which the Commission will review before making any necessary adjustments. Brittany Gordon for News 5.
Many Belizeans say their light bills have shocked them this year, with some customers reporting charges that doubled or even tripled. But BEL says the main culprit is not the meter, it is the heat. According to Belize Electricity Limited, hotter weather is forcing refrigerators, fans, and air conditioners to work harder, pushing up household consumption. Today, we asked BEL Executive Chairman Lin Young about the complaints. He says the company checked every report it received, and in almost every case, the spike came down to increased power use during the hotter months.
Every year we get a lot of high bill complaints because of the heat. Electricity use in Belize is driven a lot by heat. So your refrigerator is going to work harder, your fans are going to work harder, your AC units are going to work harder. And then on top of that, what happened to some customers we found is that there's a threshold of $100 for GST. So if your bill was normally $95, and then because of the heat, it jumped to $105, so you get an extra $10 on your bill because of the higher usage. But then you jump the threshold now and you get a 12.5% GST on that whole $105 too, which adds to it, right? There were also, that happens often in the industry, is that sometimes the meter reader goes to read a meter and cannot access the meter because of some issues or whatever, and they do an estimate billing. And sometimes that causes some disruption, variations. So if you get an estimate billing, say in February, like February, March, April, were very cool months. If you get an estimate based on those months and then May comes in high, then when the real bill comes in, you get a drop, right? And it tends to hit you hard. So then look, compared to the previous months, it looks kind of high. And then there's the issue also of even the billing period. February is a short month, for example. So the billing period is short. May is 31 days, right? If your meter reader goes something a day or two late, it might be 32, 33 days.
Young says that as the temperature drops in the latter half of the year, Belizeans will likely observe a decrease in their electricity bills. For many Belizeans, the sticker shock came right after the smart meter went in. Households say that their electricity bills suddenly doubled, even tripled, and now some consumers are asking whether the new technology is costing them more. But Belize Electricity Limited says the smart meters are not the problem. Executive Chairman Lin Young says BEL investigated the complaints and found the same pattern. Customers are using more powers, mainly because of the heat. He says other factors, including GST thresholds and billing cycles, can also make bills look higher than expected.
Every case that we have investigated, it showed that there was a reason. And my bill has gone up too. I could tell you that. My bill has gone up by like 60-70%. And I know it's from the AC units and everything else. So, I mean, I'm just saying that all we can do is look at the data. We've investigated every instance that was brought to us, and in no case have we found that it was as a result of these new meters, right? And the meters are tested, and we have the test results for them. So, you know, I'm pretty sure each person who has a high bill will you know, have their own. But it's and again, every year around this time, this is what we get. It's definitely, I'd say 80-90% of it is driven by the heat.
BEL insists the smart meters are tested, accurate, and that the surge in bill reflects seasonal demand rather than faulty technology. Still ahead, 60 years of fighting for workers. The National Trade Union Congress of Belize celebrates a major milestone with a new documentary highlighting decades of advocacy, hard-fought gains, and voices behind the movement.
When the power goes out, life is disrupted. Be prepared and keep your home powered up with a generator from Benquip. We carry brands such as Honda, Kohler, and JCB. Schedule your installation, maintenance, and assessment to keep your generator ready and waiting to protect your family and home the next time the power fails. Stay in control of your power with a generator from Benquip. Equipment, parts, service.
Let's all be safe during the rainy season. Belize Electricity Limited reminds you that heavy rains can cause flooding in your neighborhood and on roads. Avoid driving or walking in flooded areas, which can have hidden dangers such as debris and fallen power lines. Belize Electricity Limited cares about your safety. Please stay safe.
In Belize, change is taking shape every day. It all starts with Game Changers. Investing in modern transport, better health infrastructure, renewable power for all, digital transformation, and more opportunities for a brighter future, the European Union's Global Gateway Initiative is unlocking new potential. Game Changers are bringing this to life. Game Changers, empowering the future. Follow the EU in Belize to meet the Game Changers.
Happen
Haven't updated your information recently? Well, kick off the new year as a winner. RF&G Insurance is giving you a free chance to win every month. Entering is easy. Just chat with us on WhatsApp and update your information. That's it. You'll be automatically entered into our monthly raffle for a chance to win awesome prizes. Don't wait. Message us on WhatsApp and update your info today. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
At Cellular World, we believe technology shouldn't just be functional. It should make your home uniquely yours. Design your smart home with the full range of Samsung appliances and TVs. Equip your kitchen with smart and stylish fridges, advanced microwaves, and whisper quiet dishwashers, bringing smart living to the heart of your home. Make daily tasks simple with efficient smart washers, powerful dryers, or an all-in-one laundry hub that adapts to your lifestyle. Experience true-to-life colors and spot-on sound with the Samsung Q LED Smart TV. Connect all your spaces instantly with the SmartThing app for seamless control wherever you go. Get all your Samsung products today with the peace of mind that only the 1-year warranty from the authorized distributor can give you. So stop by your favorite location and start designing your smart home today. Only at Cellular World.
After an incredible round of auditions, 12 lucky contestants have been selected to compete in KTV The Remix Season 8. And now it's time to see them shine live. Join us at the Bliss Center for the Performing Arts on Tuesday, July 7th at 8 p.m. and cheer on your favorite contestant as they battle it out on stage. Tickets are available now at Greater Belize Media's office on Coney Drive and 88 Shopping Center on Central American Boulevard. Don't miss the excitement of KTV The Remix Live. We'll see you at the Bliss.
Before our grid reached across Belize, it was built by generations of Belizeans committed to connecting communities and powering progress. Through the hands, the dedication, and the vision of our people, the grid grew with Belize. A nation built through strength and resilience, and a network built pole by pole. Today, that responsibility continues, strengthened by every hand that follows. Each generation building on the last and carrying forward a shared responsibility, serving communities, powering schools, hospitals, businesses, and homes, supporting a nation that continues to grow. Belize Electricity Limited, built to serve, serving Belize.
The next station is not just a place, it's the vacation capital of the world, Mexican Caribbean. Do you know why we are the capital of vacations? Because no other place on earth brings together so many ways to vacation in one single destination. Every vacation imaginable. Mexican Caribbean, the vacation capital.
The Severn fight at BEL is headed back to court after a landmark Caribbean Court of Justice ruling in the Belize Telemedia Limited case. Former BEL employees are now pressing their claim for severance pay. But Belize Electricity Limited says the issue is not that simple. The company argues that its pension plan already covers those obligations, and Executive Chairman Lin Young says BEL has asked the court to clarify where it stands legally. Young says paying severance on top of pensions without clear guidance from the court would be irresponsible. Here's more on that.
It's kind of awkward for me because, like I said, I'm an ex-employee too, and a lot of the people who are out there picketing are my friends. And I understand, you know, some of them have difficulties, etc. And if we can do something to help, we would want to do that, right? But the CCJ's decision was related to the BTL case, and it was specific to the BTL case. But there are some implications for every company in the country that has a pension plan, not only BEL, Social Security, Central Bank, BWSL, etc. Our understanding is that the decision said that if a pension plan doesn't explicitly say it covers severance, then severance is in addition to the pension plan. In BL's case, the pension deed, the deed that BL has says that it covers severance. In fact, the BL pension plan was started with employees' severance, right? The severance obligations of the company was calculated, and it was used to start the pension plan to ensure that the pension plan covered the severance. So it would be, I think it would be responsible of any company to just go and pay out severance in addition to a pension plan just on the basis of a ruling for BTL. You need to look at the particular circumstances of each company and decide, you know, how you move forward with it. So that is what BL has done. We've gone to the court to get clarification from the court to see if the court agrees with the legal advice that the company has gotten, that everybody has gotten their severance.
BEL confirmed that a draft document has been completed and will be filed to the court soon. While former BEL employees are still taking their fight for severance to the streets, the standoff at Digi appears to have cooled. For months, the Belize Communication Workers for Justice had been pressing for payments they say they were owed. But Digi CEO Ivan Tesacum says the company has been quietly settling claims with members who come into the office. Tesacum says the calmer period has allowed Digi to shift its focus back to growth and development while still addressing the workers who spent years helping to build Belize's telecom giant.
My focus was ensuring that Digi continues to grow, that we continue with our mandate to ensure that we transform our country and continue to lead in digital transformation.
We haven't heard from the BCWJ in a while. What's the status in terms of percentage of those who have already received and accepted their severance?
So from that aspect of it, we continue to pay. And so those who have collected already is somewhere north of 75%. And so the checks are ready. It's a matter of them coming to collect it really. And so that's where we're at.
The United Democratic Party has intensified its scrutiny of government-linked special-purpose vehicles, and one resignation is drawing attention. Public Administration Campus One Limited first sparked controversy in 2023 when reports emerged that the Social Security Board planned to invest more than $20 million in its proposed administrative complex. Ivan Tesacum, a finance professional, joined the company's board as a director. Although public opposition stalled the project, renewed scrutiny of government contracts and partnerships has brought fresh attention to reports that Tesacum had stepped down from the joint venture. We asked him why he decided to walk away.
Were you a part of any special purpose vehicle that was developed by the government, and according to them you've resigned from certain special purpose vehicle?
I was a member of one for the, I believe it's for the social security board, being the finance individual. But yes, afterwards I resigned from it as well.
Why was that reason?
Just personal. I don't have time. I'm running Digi at the end of the day, and that's my focus. My focus is to ensure that I continue to create value for the great shareholders of Belize, because each and every one of us who are here, all of you who are interviewing me, are shareholders of that. Because when we make a profit and we are able to declare dividends, that goes back through the government of Belize, through the Social Security Board, through the Central Bank, and through the 1,500 plus shareholders.
For 60 years, the NTUCB has been one of the loudest voices for Belizean workers, pushing for better rights, stronger protections, and a seat at the table when national decisions are made. This month, the National Trade Union Congress of Belize is making that milestone with a special anniversary event and the premiere of a documentary tracing 6 decades of labor advocacy, collective bargaining, and social dialogue. President Ella Waite says the celebration is not only about looking back at what the union movement has achieved, but also about raising support to keep that work going for the next generation of Belizean workers.
On the 13th of July, the National Trade Union Congress of Belize will be celebrating 60 years of advocacy for workers' rights. That is actually 6 decades of working to ensure that workers in Belize are protected, especially under the Labor Act, especially when it comes to their collective bargaining agreements, and to ensure that whenever we hear the word tripartite, that we ensure that we are representing workers through social dialogue. So 60 years of work will be celebrated on the 18th of July in Belize City at the Inspiration Center. Now, what we'll be doing is that we have hired someone to do a documentary for us. It should encompass the 60 years of work, and that would include a small snack box and a drink. And then we start to ensure that we continue the work of the NTUCB. So another 60 years of continuing this work that we do to ensure that we protect workers will happen.
The NTUCB will host a similar screening in Belmopan on July 25th at the UB Auditorium. Coming up, a helping hand for 57 students. Thanks to Digi, these young Belizeans are heading back to school with more than supplies. They're getting the support and confidence to start the year strong.
Here's how to access your contribution history on the My Social Security portal. First, go to your browser and type ssbportal.org.bz. Enter your email and password, then click Log In. Once logged in, you'll see your full portal account on the screen. On the left-hand side, you'll notice a drop-down menu for added features. Click on History, choose Contributions, read the disclaimer, then click Continue. You'll now see a full window displaying your contribution history. In the table, each row represents a different year. For example, let's look at the year 2024. Click on the row and a detailed breakdown will appear. This breakdown includes your employer's name, your earnings for each month and week, contribution type, the amounts paid, and that's how you can explore the new contribution feature on the My Social Security portal. It's quick, easy, and keeps your Social Security information right at your fingertips. Create your account today.
Belize wakes up connected to opportunity. And across our country, the work to keep Belize connected continues. SMART continues expanding our network across the country, bringing stronger coverage to more communities. With recent service enhancements in areas at Blue Creek and Progresso, Belize City, Orange Rock, and more on the way. Where bringing education closer to home, empowering entrepreneurs to grow their businesses, supporting industries that drive our economy, and keeping families connected wherever life takes them. With every expansion, we are investing in the infrastructure that moves Belize forward. Because connection isn't just about signal, it's about opportunity, progress, and the future we are building together. Smart, bringing people together.
After an incredible round of auditions, 12 lucky contestants have been selected to compete in KTV The Remix Season 8. And now it's time to see them shine live. Join us at the Bliss Center for the Performing Arts on Tuesday, July 7th at 8 p.m. and cheer on your favorite contestant as they battle it out on stage. Tickets are available now at Greater Belize Media's office on Coney Drive and 88 Shopping Center on Central American Boulevard. Don't miss the excitement of KTV The Remix Live. We'll see you at the Bliss.
Former Ombudsman Major Gilbert Swaza says prison officers used excessive force when they shot inmate Nair Parchu during an escape attempt in August 2025, leaving him permanently paralyzed. His report points to serious failures in the use of force, emergency medical response, and oversight at the Belize Central Prison. Swaza recommends better training, non-lethal weapons, and stronger accountability. But tonight, key questions remain. Have those reforms been carried out? And with the Ombudsman office vacant since December 2025, who is making sure there is follow-through? We spoke with Swaza earlier today about his findings.
Section 39 of the Belize Central Prison Act is what they end up using that they believe give legal effect to what they consider is their legal right to shoot a prisoner who is attempting to escape. That is what the law. So the other question was then if in fact that is the case, because the Office of the Ombudsman, we were of the view that while that is within the law, we believe that that must be used as a last resort. And in my view, the view of the investigating team, it was that at that time there were other resources and means available, and the team believed that lethal force that was used was not proportionate and could have been avoided based on the circumstances that were presented in the investigation. Based on the Ombudsman Act, the Ombudsman Act is specific in stating that only the Ombudsman can commence or initiate an investigation, only the Ombudsman can complete an investigation, only the Ombudsman can continue an investigation. So essentially, the staff can only receive a complaint and leave it on the desk of the Ombudsman and can't do anything else with those reports. So even, let's say in this case, that there was a response from Belize Central Prison, I don't know, right? Since December 31st, obviously I am no longer there. But let us assume that there was a report. If in fact there was a report, they can only receive that report and place it on the desk of the Ombudsman, and they can't do anything with it.
Major Swaza says that the investigation commenced in August, shortly after the incident, and concluded 2 months later. Tonight, the Belize Police Department is rolling out a new crime-fighting unit just 2 weeks after Julius Espat took over as Minister of Home Affairs. It is called the Violence Prevention and Enforcement Team, and it brings together officers from the Special Patrol Unit in the Eastern Division and San Pedro. The team will be led by ASP Rodney Jones, who will report to Senior Superintendent Christopher Noble. Noble has now been given a much wider role. He will oversee 3 key units: the Leadership Intervention Unit, the Gang Intelligence Unit, and the Investigation and Interdiction Unit, and this new Violence Prevention and Enforcement team. In a message to department heads, Commissioner of Police Dr. Richard Rosado says the new unit will focus on high-risk offenders through targeted monitoring, preventative patrols, community engagement, and focused enforcement operations. The department says placing these units under Noble's command should improve coordination, strengthen intelligence sharing, and sharpen the police response to violent crime. For 57 young Belizeans, the new school year will begin with more than just a place in the classroom. It will begin with a boost of confidence and support from Digi. This morning, 40 students heading into the high school and 17 starting junior college received the 2026 Digi Scholarship. The award covers more than tuition. Students will also get books, school supplies, internet access, mentorship, and other support to help them stay on track and succeed. News 5's Shane Williams was there for the ceremony and has this report.
For many students, receiving a scholarship means easing the financial burden of higher education. But for one recipient, today's award represents something even greater, a chance to pursue a lifelong dream despite the challenges he's faced all his life. Muffles freshman Silverio Hernandez was among 57 Belizean students recognized with a 2026 Digi Scholarship, an investment BTL says is aimed at developing the country's future leaders.
God gave me the chance and I got this scholarship and I'm very happy, and I want to make the most out of this scholarship to become someone in life. Like, my dream is to become a lawyer, or in other words you call it an attorney.
For Silverio, the scholarship means much more than assistance with tuition. The Digi Scholarship covers books, school supplies, internet connectivity, mentorship opportunities, and other educational support. But what Silverio is most grateful for is peace of mind.
My parent will be relieved because she won't have to think about the very expensive school bills, and me too, because I won't be stressed out about thinking of school bills and all those stuff. And Digi will help me take that off my mind so that I can focus more on my education.
His mother, Cindy Hernandez, says watching her son receive the scholarship was an emotional milestone and one that will bring much needed financial relief.
I am very proud of him, and I am grateful too with God, because yes, it's a miracle for me seeing my son receive a scholarship.
How will it help you?
Oh, it helped me a lot because we have economy. It's very hard right now for me, being a single mom.
Minister of State for Education, Ramon Cervantes, says partnerships like these strengthen government's push toward making education accessible for every Belizean child.
Today is a message of congratulations, first of all, and on this great accomplishment, and also on encouraging them to continue their studies, to pursue their dreams, to pursue their ambitions to the maximum of their potential.
BTL says the program is also building the company's future workforce. This year, all 17 junior college scholarships were awarded to students pursuing STEM fields, creating a pipeline into internship opportunities with the company.
One of the things that we have done this year as well is that we have done an intern program where we're focusing a lot on STEM. So we have folks right now who are working in our network operations team. We have folks who are working in our IT corporate infrastructure. We have folks who are working in cybersecurity, because that is what we're looking for. We're looking to try to gain talent from this school and be able to then put them as part of the summer internship and then grow them throughout the years.
More than 200 students applied for this year's Digi Scholarships. The program started in 1991 with just 25 awards, and BTL has grown it steadily since then. Now the company says it hopes to offer 75 scholarships next year. Shane Williams reporting for News 5.
After 2 weeks of spirited competition, Belize's inaugural Super Nationals have officially come to an end. More than 800 primary and high school student athletes from all 6 districts took part in the national games, competing in a range of sporting disciplines while showcasing their talent and district pride. Minister of Sports Anthony Mahler says the successful debut has laid a strong foundation for what he expects will become one of the country's premier youth sporting events. He says this year's competition is only the beginning, with even bigger plans already on the horizon.
The Supernationals has taken the best, or some of the best, from all across the country, in high school and in primary school. Last week we had a primary school competition that took place. So over the last 2 weeks, we had close to 800 young athletes participating and competing in their disciplines at the highest level. And this is the vision that Minister Daly and I have and our entire team, that we want to put the best people, to give them the best opportunity to do their best. Now, it's not always about sports. Sports teaches you life skills that you need in your daily life. Not all of you will go on to play semi-pro or professional anything. So whatever you learn from the field, from the court, from wherever the track, you use in your daily life. And never forget this. Each of you in here has an opportunity to use sports as a vehicle to educate yourself. This is just the start. I can attest to you that Minister Daly and our team will put more effort and more resources to ensure that next year's Supernational is much better and at a higher quality. We'll see you next year. And the goal is to start to bring in scouts to look at you, to take you outside of Belize so that you can get even better training and you can go as far as you want to go.
The disciplines featured in the inaugural Supernationals were football, volleyball, basketball, and athletics. The National Sports Council plans to include additional sports in 2027. Up next, a game changer for insurance in Belize. A new system promises to help crack down on fraud, speed up investigations, and transform how motor claims are handled nationwide.
Been fascinated with gemstones. It's all about taking nature's beauty and creating something uniquely beautiful. I've had inspiration from the Belize Blue Bull, the beaches, the jaguar. I've launched a new product called Co-Design with Deb, and Atlantic Bank's e-commerce system has opened the door to my international customers so I can receive payments so they can have their custom pieces shipped to them.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
The biggest football event in the world is finally here, and Smart is giving you the chance to play and win. Before every match starts, predict who will win. The more predictions you make, the more chances you have to win. Get 1 point towards your total when you guess the winning team. Predict the exact score and earn up to 4 points. The top scorer at the conclusion of the World Cup wins the grand prize of $2,500 in cash. That's not all. Players get a chance to win weekly prizes. Plus, our quarter-final winner gets a watch party package. Play directly in the Smart app for just 50 cents per entry. Prediction starts June 1st to July 18, 2026. Don't just watch the World Cup. Play along and win with Smart. Smart, bringing people together.
Haven't updated your information recently? Well, kick off the new year as a winner. RF&G Insurance is giving you a free chance to win every month. Entering is easy. Just chat with us on WhatsApp and update your information. That's it. You'll be automatically entered into our monthly raffle for a chance to win awesome prizes. Don't wait. Message us on WhatsApp and update your info today. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
Every connection we make is more than just a signal. It's a student unlocking a future through digital education. A young mind daring to dream bigger. Our culture shared with the world in real time. And everyday heroes answering the call of civic duty. When we connect with Digi, we empower Belize.
We're ready for the road. We're ready for the road. So we're ready. We're ready. Yeah, we're ready. We're ready. Yeah, we're ready. 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 Yeah, we're ready. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready.
After an incredible round of auditions, 12 lucky contestants have been selected to compete in KTV The Remix Season 8. And now it's time to see them shine live. Join us at the Bliss Center for the Performing Arts on Tuesday, July 7th at 8 p.m. and cheer on your favorite contestant as they battle it out on stage. Tickets are available now at Greater Belize Media's office on Coney Drive and 88 Shopping Center on Central American Boulevard. Don't miss the excitement of KTV The Remix Live. We'll see you at the Bliss.
Belize's insurance industry reached a landmark moment today with the launch of Claims Vault Belize, the country's first shared motor claims intelligence system. Developed by the Organization of Insurance Companies, ORINCO, in partnership with Epic Technologies of Jamaica, the platform allows insurers to securely share claims data, helping them detect fraud, speed up investigations, and make fairer decisions for policyholders. Industry leaders say the initiative will strengthen collaboration among companies, protect honest drivers, and provide valuable national data on accident and fraud trends.
This system, while the insurance companies will have better insight into information and be able to underwrite better and be able to identify claims fraudsters more quickly, the benefit of this system and the investment of time, money, and energy that's been taken will ultimately benefit all of our policyholders. When the insurance companies are able to detect and hopefully root out fraud, we save our customers and our policyholders money because the cost of fraud is transferred to all policyholders. In addition, safe drivers who have gone years without having an accident won't be penalized for the losses of the others, because today, after today, when this system is launched, we'll be able to see who the safe drivers are and who the unsafe drivers are, which will allow our underwriting teams in our companies to make better underwriting decisions, and it will ultimately benefit the majority who drive the roads safely.
In the first quarter of 2026, motor vehicle insurance claim paid was reported at 5.3 million, with 5.5 million outstanding claims brought forward. In the case of health insurance, claims paid was reported at 5.1 million, with claims outstanding brought forward of 2.3 million. Just one quarter paints the scenario. Insurance companies are reporting losses in these key major sectors. To manage the losses, costs need to be adjusted, and in many cases, premium is increased or the line of business is discontinued altogether, something Andrew and Norman had alluded to. Insurers are now required to conduct enterprise risk assessments to manage their risk. This Claims Vault is bound to assist them in assessing both their underwriting and claims risk. If used properly, the Claims Vault should provide useful statistics on recurrent types of claims. Typologies can be derived from the aggregated data.
The Claims Vault Belize initiative promises customers transparency, speedy claim resolution, and broader protection. For years, finding space to bury loved one has been a growing concern for families in San Ignacio and Santa Elena. With the existing cemetery running out of room, residents have been waiting for a solution. This week, that solution moved a major step closer to reality. A generous land donation from Belizean-American philanthropist Thelma Jenkins will pave the way for a new municipal cemetery, saving the town council hundreds of thousands of dollars. For Mayor Earl Trapp, it marks the fulfillment of a goal he has pursued since first taking office more than a decade ago.
We just inaugurated a cemetery, something that personally under my leadership, I have been working on this for the past 11 years. And I'm thankful to God that today it came to fruition, that we have a cemetery, because this cemetery here in San Ignacio is full to capacity. You know, and it hurts my heart to see when people come to me from San Ignacio that would like their loved ones buried in San Ignacio, and we cannot do it, so we have to take them to Santa Elena. So now today, the people of this municipality, San Ignacio and Santa Elena, will have the option to determine whether they bury their loved ones in Santa Elena or in San Ignacio. So honestly, I'm super excited, and it's a satisfactory feeling to know that we have accomplished this. And honestly, it's not costing the council anything as what we were looking forward the other day. It would have costed us $300,000 to purchase 10 acres of land. Today, our biggest benefactor and local benefactor donated 18 acres of land for a memorial park.
Okay, before we leave you, here's tonight's viewer's voice. On our first story, Defense Ministry paid J&J Imports $1.1 million through repeated small invoices. German Ramirez commented. The beauty of all of this is that this is a practice that has been happening for quite some time, but no one says anything until they cross with each other. Very interesting take. Turning to Will SmartStream scandal hurt the PUP at the polls, Anthony Gillett shared. The only way there would be a good audit is if all the politically appointed employees are removed and get neutral auditors from abroad. Another interesting take. And finally, Digi Scholarships opened doors for 57 students, Brene Ireland shared. Huge congratulations to all the new recipients. Own your journey. Despite the challenges you are facing now and the ones you will inevitably face in life, always remember your hunger for something better and your drive for higher education. Very well said. Thank you for engaging with us online. Your voices shape the national conversation. Keep those comments coming and we'll continue to feature them right here. And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at greaterbelize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Jamie Rock. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, have a happy and safe weekend. Good night.